Hey, everybody. I'm back with Risk Manager Ben for Shoulder Tap. Easier than typing. Jibo to elaborate. No, that's not. Big Bear Tick is fine. I'm all fine with tick jokes. Uh, they amuse me greatly. It's not that. You have to talk to support. It's something with the email stuff, and only they can solve it. So sorry about that. You'll know if you cross the line because usually I won't say it. I'll say all the tick jokes. Bring them on, as many of you have. Anyway, this is Shoulder Tap, though. We're not talking about ticks. We're talking about people making ticks and losing too many ticks. Shoulder taps and shout out. Ben, what's it looking like? By the way, that bond auction came out. Bonds are getting bid. No. Yes, they are. Sorry. I always forget if I'm looking at a yield chart in one program or a price chart in the other. Uh, Bond auction coming in. Yep, pretty good.
Been
Anyway,
you've been on point with the bond auction announcements, keeping people's heads on a swivel. Good on you, Jack. Yeah, a lot of times there's nothing burger. It's always difficult with news, any kind of economic release. Sometimes you have these big expectations and there's zero movement, and sometimes it should be lower grade or just something kind of benign, and all of a sudden it moves the market. So you never quite know. Always good to be flat ahead of any kind of any news that's on the docket for the day. So I'm glad you're rattling those off for our viewers.
well, especially the 10-year and like the 30-year auction, those things, not a lot of people here trade or look at the bonds, but when they happen, it's just an instantaneous, it comes out, that's what it is, and the markets will react. So don't get caught in that. Keep them on your calendar. Uh, so what's happened? How's the board
Yeah, we got
looking?
a lot of action. Let's dive into it. Uh, Lots of green, lots of red on our boards. Kind of a mixed bag in the live accounts today, which has been a theme for a good while now. Seen some of our influencers, kind of our staples, red today, but got some live traders that are up nicely. Raul's up $5,800 today. Raphael S is up $18,000 in the live account, which is awesome. Want to see him lock in at least half of that money. And then another Raphael P, is up a cool $9,000. So it's a good day to be Raphael. And, a couple of red trades as well. I know Nick for a tick was up pretty nicely, up about $2,000. Ended up DLL on the day. So, if you're red today, shake it off. Plan for tomorrow, move forward. Don't read too much into a single red day or let that beat you down. So that's what we got as far as our live P&Ls for at least current state. We can jump into some trading cards if you're ready, Jack.
Yeah, I am locked and loaded here. Who we got?
Perfect. Let's pull up Brian P first. He's someone who's been all over our leaderboards lately. Someone I've communicated with a handful of times over the last couple of weeks. We love Brian. Love what he's doing in his live account, and he just got a shout out as well for having been approved for a $28,000 payout. It was a $30,000 request, and he'll take home $28,000 because of that profit split. So that is a big old paycheck that he's taking. I know he and I spoke previously. He mentioned he doesn't exactly need the money, which is always, if we may take a brief tangent, something I encourage folks to do. Trading full time is incredibly difficult. It's much easier to have different sources of income, a full time job, and make trading kind of the supplemental income. If you don't need the money, it's a lot easier to make the money. If you do need the money, it's very difficult to make
Yeah.
money at times. Trading's hard enough as it is. If you need the money, it's exponentially harder in my estimation. So Brian's in a position, he told me he's treating this account more or less like a savings account and building it up quite nicely. Started his 150K live account with us, about $35,000 in balance. Ran that up to an account balance of 76,000, and through a series of conversations, him reflecting a little bit, ended up requesting a big time payout, requesting 30,000. So really happy to see that. Super positive behavior. He's been in the account for today's the 31st trading day that he's had in this live account. So 30 trading days, $28,000 in a payout is very impressive work, and happy to see you doing that, Brian. Setting the example and setting the tone for our leaderboards and our live traders. Trading very well. You'll see a healthy risk reward ratio compared to the the winning trade percentage. So winning trades, when it goes well, it's $2,200 on average, and the average losing trade is only $850. So that's great, especially when you consider 43% winning trades. So really healthy behavior there. Coming in long hold times as well. A little over 3 hours on the winners and about 2.5 hours on the losing trade. So Brian puts the trade on, lets it work, and most of the time, if it doesn't work, he's at a daily loss limit. He's hit the daily loss limit a number of times, but those big winning days, he is not shy away from. He's got 2 different days that he made $13,000 in this live account. Another day he made $12,000, and then another day there with $11,000. So definitely, having that DLL to backstop you and make sure you're not losing more. That's one of the huge benefits of trading with our program, trading in a live account. There's a lot of ways that Brian can look at taking that next big step in his trading. But focusing on maintaining consistency is really what I want his takeaway to be. So whether that's making sure you're continuing to hit really big numbers on the winning days, ten to $15,000 or more, that'll keep you progressively building that account larger and larger. Or looking at ways you can minimize the downside as well. Finding a way to trim your average losing day down to $2,000 instead of $3,000. There's a lot of different ways to squeeze more juice out of this orange, but overall he's trading very, very well. Love seeing it. Love seeing our Texas traders on the leaderboards, and that's basically all I have to say. Is keep looking and studying your trades and find ways to take that next big step so that we can get another $30,000 payout, 2 months from now. So love seeing it, Brian. And that's kind of an update for our traders. I know we follow him closely. What do you think about the payout, Jack, or anything you're seeing on the trade reports?
Love the payout. I think we talked about Brian before, so this may be reiterating. He's just, once again, I like looking at the average winning day versus average losing day, especially on a large enough sample size, because it's absolute. As we talk about, some of the other stuff can get a little bit weird with how you make the trades and scaling in and stuff like that. But when I see the 2 to 1 on the winning versus losing, um, that is deserving of those losses, which I think we've mentioned Brian before. I love that he has a photo in his Topstep profile, so I kind of know who I'm looking at right now. Um,
Yeah,
he's one. Oh, he's one away from being a member of my club DLL, but like this is a good version of it. If your average winning day is twice that, one day of the losers where he was minus like $364. That's keeping you out for now, but great job, Brian. Way to take a payout. And just one more thing, you had talked about not trading when you need money. 100% true. Because if you need money, you need it now. And if you need something now, it means you have to make a winning trade now. And that is not how it works. So please do not do that. It is a
yeah,
ticket to needing more money. Um,
absolutely.
well, great. Great on Brian. Who else we got?
Yeah, let's keep moving. The next one is more of a traditional shoulder tap. We could pull up the card for CT. CT has been trading very well in the live account. We've talked about our XFA to live call up process. We've got a proprietary discretionary process that the risk team goes through every single day. We look at all of the XFA traders who meet certain criteria and even hunt for some that maybe are not quite on the radar just yet. We always want to pull up our best traders. So the fact that CT has been in a live account says something in and of itself about their capacity to trade profitably, right? So there's a bare minimum kudos and threshold that we're looking at, lens that we're looking at this through. But since moving to the live account, this 50K live account they're in, we're averaging $200 a day loss trading the Nasdaq. So again, there's a lot of different adjustments that can be made, but we'll go through the statistics really quick and then talk about what adjustments could be made. 52% winning days is not bad. The problem is every trade that we're taking has a negative edge at 50% win percentage. So average winning trade being $109, average losing trade being a $292 loser. So that's also reflected in the average winning day versus losing day. only taking home $286 on winning days on average, and losing $725 on the average losing day. So, the I guess the easy answer would be look to ways to turn that around. That's not necessarily CT style. More likely, we need to bring that to a truer, 1-to-1 or just above 1-to-1 risk reward ratio to create a positive edge with a 52% winning day percentage and 63% winning trade percentage. So, we're just upside down. And I think on this amount of data, we've got 23 days completed. Something's just not right. And it could be as simple as what we just mentioned, Jack. Maybe there's a situation where, oh, I had a surprise expense, car broke down, whatever it is. All of a sudden I need to, come up with 2 grand or something like that, and okay, well, trading would be an easy way to do that. And all it takes
Mhm.
is something like that to kind of flip your mentality around. And, someone that was a long-standing profitable trader is now, on this extensive losing streak. There's a lot that goes on up here every single day, and that changes in our lives that can shift our trading mentality and the way we're approaching the markets every day. So always want to approach these conversations with grace. Again, CT's traded profitably in the past. That's how they ended up in the live account in the first place. But we're down to a $420 balance in this live account. So not a whole lot of wiggle room left. What I'd recommend, and so far, CT's already been on a couple day break. I would recommend taking the mental break that you need. Walk away from the account altogether. Go live your life. Go take care of other stuff, whatever it is you need to do. Get your head out of the markets, and when it feels right, when it feels healthy, come back and trade. At a tenth or a 20th of the size that you were trading at. Thankfully, micro products are available, so you can do something like that. I'd recommend trading one micro at a time. You got to just build up from the ground when you're on this kind of a rut. So take one trade, one micro, see if you can post a $10 profitable day. See if you can post a $30 profitable day, or a $50, plus $50 on the week. Something simple like that that can get you back in the rhythm of seeing markets in an accurate way, a healthy way that's in line with your trading strategy. Because again, the groundwork has already been laid. We know that you're capable of putting on profitable trades consistently over time and taking money out of the market. So it's just a matter of getting our heads right, getting back into that flow, and putting on profitable trades with a $420 account balance. There's not a lot of grace or space to operate there. So you've got to trade small, build it back up. I know that some traders' mentality, I would call it a kind of an amateur mentality, is to say, well, I'm already down. I've only got $420 left in the account. Might as well put on a lotto trade, see if it works, and get me back in the game. The hard work is done. CD's already in a live account. Getting to a live account is difficult to do. It's also a very valuable asset to have. A live trading account at a prop firm is incredibly valuable. The resources myself and the risk team provide you to help build that account balance up is very valuable. So value that account. Take the week time or the 2 weeks time to get yourself back in the right rhythm. Build up the account, and let's keep moving forward. Ultimately, you just have to regain that control and that mastery over your own decision making and your own discipline. So, just wanted to talk about the ugly. I know, we've seen good out of CT. Now we're seeing kind of some bad trading out of CT over a period of time. We'd love to get that turned around and see profitable trading again in this 50K account. And I believe there's a blueprint to do that. So, anything else you want to add for this one, Jack?
Yeah, they just need to set from the beginning a way lower daily loss limit. Um, just the amount that they're making on a winning day, or even the best winning days, doesn't justify the amount that they're losing on the bad ones. Uh, Also, I don't know. Looking at this report, there's some interesting things with some very short hold time trades. You know, under a minute type stuff. It's hard to it's hard to tell without knowing more about the trades, but like it's not like this is somebody who's uh, the classic power scalping sim trying to do or something where there's a lot of trades. There's not a lot of trades, right? A lot of these days are just one trade or something like that. It's just a matter of stopping before you lose much more than you're making on the good days, I think would be helpful. But go get them.
Yeah, and it's a damaging thing. I think it's really tough to overcome when you stack up three $250 winning days in a row and then lose $750 on the fourth day. Right? That's very damaging and difficult to overcome mentally. So again, studying market conditions. There's so many different avenues that you can pursue to help dial in your edge and your trading strategy. I know that we just had a guest on who was talking about that. Really back testing, forward testing, figuring out what the conditions are so that your trading strategy really flourishes, and when to not execute trades, what
Mhm.
market conditions to not execute those trades in. So, yeah, there's plenty of work to be done, and we have confidence the CT can do it. We've made recommendations about trading small, and so we've got the blueprint, and we'll check back in here sometime soon in the future. I think we got a little bit more time. We can knock out one more
Yeah, let's do
trading
it.
card. We've got Gary on, I believe is how you pronounce this. Gary on W trading with us, also a Texas trader from Lancaster. I spent some time in Lancaster, a little bit south of Dallas. So shout outs to the Dallas crew. They're trading the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Dow E-mini products. So averaging $292 a day, which is awesome. Very healthy, just beyond a 2-to-1 risk reward, and 53% winning trade. So we know over and over again, we talk about this. That's a winning formula. If you're at 45 to 55% win rate at a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, and that's not on 10 trades or 10 trading days even. You've got that over a significant sample size. That's a really, really positive sign for us that you're going to continue doing well. 36 trading days completed in this account. So we are calling Gary on up to a live account, a 100K live account this week, and very happy about that. Also, really important, letting the winners run out compared to the losers. 24 minutes hold time on winners compared to 5 minutes on the losers. So cutting the losers quick and letting the winners ride out. Taking two different payouts in this account, totaling $2,500. Love seeing our traders pay themselves. And one other thing that is very much underrated, I recommend this to everybody, focusing on one account. I go into our backend admin and view, hundreds of accounts a day. I'm looking at all these different user profiles, and far too often I see traders have, 20, 30 or more active trading combines. I don't know how you do it or how you justify it. That's a
Hmm.
whole lot to manage mentally. That's you're, in my estimation, you're kind of cheapening the individual accounts when you do that. So when we see something like Gary on, who's had very few accounts overall and has, I believe, two open accounts. Period. One funded, one XF, or excuse me, one trading combine. Um, that tells me that they're focused. That tells me that they're coming in. They're not getting greedy. They're not trying to make $10,000 copied 5 times, and then they've got 20 accounts in the chamber, so to speak. They're really lasered focused on trading well in one account and building up from that. So love seeing that low variability trading. And the next step is finding ways to size up on your best trades. There's definitely a little more room to increase size on the best trade. So that's really crucial. I don't mean all of a sudden now, your daily size is 1 lot. Now you're trading 5 lots. Keep your normal sizing. Identify the criteria and the variables that lead to your best trades, and find a way to responsibly size into those trades specifically. So love what we're seeing from Gary on. Looking forward to it, the live account, and that's what we got for you today, Jack.
Nice. I just want to point out one thing about Garion's from looking at his stuff here. Just an absolutely awesome job of what we just like having a lower daily loss limit. So this is a 100K account, right? And if I'm reading this right, their their worst day was down like $700. So their worst day of something like, I don't know, 13 losing days, sorry, or more like 17. They've been in for 36 days. was not even the daily loss limit or close to it. Most of the losers in this are like $400. So that's
Right.
awesome. Like that's good stuff.
Yeah, and on the 26th, April 26th, took a $30 losing day. Being able, having the maturity and the discipline to walk away, down $30, in an account that allows for such size and such trading, and everyone focuses on that profit potential. Oh my gosh, if I just trade one lot, I can make $500. It's easy to talk yourself into the greed side of the equation, but really being responsible and judicious about, hey, it's not my day. I had my setup. I got out for break even at down $30. I'm done for the day. Very mature trading, very responsible trading. So, yeah, absolutely. Love seeing that aspect of it as well.
Well, great stuff. Thank you, Ben, very much. Those are our cards for the day. We got group coaching coming up next with JD and Robert the Riz. Later on, we got coming up at 1 o'clock today. We have, as a matter of fact, we have Andre Dolby and Gabe are coming back to discuss his journey. And then Justin Werline is going to join Andre and Dolby for Power Hour. So stick around. Ben, any final word?
No, just trade well and trade for tomorrow.
Let's do it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back with group coaching after the break.